Hi, Joel and Jerry, your friendly neighborhood business heretics here with a special bonus report. Where are those people going to come from? Where are we going to find new customers? How do we go out and create new business when it seems like nobody's buying anything?
So what we've got for you today is 7 ways to find new customers in this economy. You have to believe that that can really happen. If you've given up, fear makes turtles. Fear makes people pull into their shells and hide out and not want to take any risks. Instead of going out and looking for new things, trying new things, searching, we get into the don't take any unnecessary risks mode. Let's just avoid pain. And that's not how you're going to find anything new. But you work at being optimistic, your brain works better, you're better at problem solving, you're going to have a better chance of seeing opportunities. And
a lot of people want to know the same thing. They want to know, how do I make deals? How do I get the new customer? How do I close the deal? How do I make the sale? And I always kind of respond the same way. I say the same way you make an orange. And people, it's very, very difficult, very expensive, and very time-consuming to make a sale happen. But if we focus instead, like we did with the orange, on the process, then we're going to have not just one sale, not just one really expensive sale, but we're going to have a bumper crop of sales. Getting comfortable with cold calling is probably something that you should figure out how to do very quickly. It's going to be important. So you'll have to push through, the anxiety and the fear. But really, I mean, if you think about it, if you go through the process and you determine that you need to make 30 cold calls in a day, how long does it really take you to pick up the phone and dial it 30 times? I know people who can knock out 30 cold calls in an hour or less. That's just, in my opinion, that's just starting off on the wrong foot. And I know I'm a bit of a heretic for saying that, which I guess is kind of the point, isn't it? But the really, really good salespeople make great relationships, and the sales happen.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can customize. You can create a presentation that's going to make sense for the problem that they have. Your solution is going to be an exact match for the need that they've got, as opposed to coming in with a preconceived idea, a prepackaged solution, and trying to pitch that to the person.
Advice conjured out of a vacuum in someone's head doesn't really have much of an impact on us. When we think someone doesn't understand where we are, we know their advice. You don't understand me, how can you give me advice?
Mm-hmm. One critical thing to keep in mind is to develop the presentation in a way that's going to match the decision-making modality of the person that you're talking to. There are 4 basic decision-making modalities. We have people who are thinkers, people who are sensors, people who are feelers, and people who are knowers.
It's the long, hard, and actually condescending way to do it. Swim across the river. Make your presentation starting from, I understand who you are, where you are, what you think. So now, let's take this step together. All right, so we're together here, and now let's take this step. And so this is a logical conclusion, and now they're on the bridge with you. And by the time you've made your presentation from their point of view, logical development, boom, you're on the same side of the river now.
Right.
And there's not even a decision to be made.
Right. And then we come to the final step in the process, which again, going back to, that closing, and what can I do to close the customer? Well, from this point forward, you're only allowed to ask one question at the end of the process, okay? One closing question that I'll let you get away with, and that's, does this make sense to you? Okay? Because if the answer is yes, if the answer to that question is yes, you're done. Right? Now you just have...
The hugest educational thing I've gotten from my relationship with you, knowing that it's not black magic, it's a process like everything else I do in my business.
Absolutely. Our instinct is, if we've got somebody engaged in a conversation and they show even the slightest interest in our product, we go for the kill.
When can we deliver?
Yeah, exactly. We just jump right to the end. Even if we're just in the prospecting phase, our gut tells us we got to grab this opportunity before it goes away, and so we jump right to the closing question. Oh, does this make sense to you? Well, what?
Does what make sense?
Does what make sense to you? Well, yeah, exactly. I don't have a clue about your business. I don't have a clue about anything that I need to know in order to make it easy for you to buy from me, because I haven't gone through the process.
Go home tonight, and in fact, pause the video. Go out right now. Go get some really good vanilla ice cream, and then take just one bite and put it in your mouth and roll it around like you would a fine wine or something. You know, really, really enjoy that, and think about the difference between artificial and genuine, and think about the difference that would make in your marketing message. So there's number 6. Way number 6, be genuine. Be authentic. Be yourself. We all have our own personality. You shouldn't try to be someone else. And be yourself. Be genuine. And make a real human connection with other people. The process that you talk about really hinges on genuine interest in other people. Mm-hmm. And you have to have that in order for that process to work. Otherwise, you're just making artificial vanilla.
Right.
And it is amazing. You know, you hear it in yourself. I do it. We all do it. We get into business mode, put on our business hat, and all of a sudden we have to trot out the $3 words and use bigger sentences and declaim our things like Shakespearean theater, instead of just being a human being. Use normal, everyday language. For that matter, especially in writing. In writing, we tend to use longer sentences. We tend to use bigger words because we have time to consult a thesaurus. I think it was Mark Twain that said, any word you find in a thesaurus is the wrong one. But when we're writing, we tend to get either flowery or obscure or obtuse, and try to write like you speak and try to speak like a human being.
Human. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
It's like, there's a word out there I know you use, but be human and communicate like a human being. If you do all of those things, people are going to find you attractive.
Yes.
Not physically attractive, right? But I mean, hopefully somebody will. But anyways.
But they'll be drawn.
They'll be drawn to you. They will find your personality and your character. They will find it attractive, and they will want to spend time with you. And guess what? Some of those people who want to spend time with you are going to turn into customers. Thank you for spending the time with us and learning about the 7 ways that you can find customers in the new economy.
I'm Joel D. Canfield.
I'm Jerry Kennedy, and we're the Business Heretics.
And we hope you're business heretics too.
Thank you very much.